Hi there, I'm Carolyn Pitts, a health coach and an energy healer. And today I want to read to you a blog post that I wrote that distinguishes between caring and carrying, because I think this is an important distinction that will help a lot of you who may be feeling overwhelmed and quite anxiety-ridden with what's going on in current events these days. So thank you for joining me. And here we go. Recently, my friend Keith shared something that stopped me in my tracks. Quote, "I am beyond struggling. The darkness is overwhelming." End quote. I don't know what brought Keith to this place. Perhaps it was a convergence of painful events. As I write in my book, 8 Intentions for Self-Healing, we have all been living under heightened stress since 2020, when a lethal pandemic swept across the globe. What followed has been 5 years of relentless challenges, scarce resources, rising prices, climate disasters, political upheaval, and ongoing violence, particularly in the Middle East, Africa, and here in the United States. Through constant news and video footage, we now have a front row seat to the suffering of others. We witness grief, fear, and loss in real time. Empathy invites us to step into another's shoes, to imagine how they might feel and how we might feel in their place. Compassion then ignites caring in our hearts. Caring means feeling genuine concern for the well-being of others. It is essential to our evolution. Caring builds community, inspires social change, and expands our perspective beyond what's in it for me to how can I help. When we care about the pain of others, we naturally want to ease it. And this impulse moves us forward in our shared humanity. The trouble comes when caring turns into carrying. When in our well-intentioned desire to help, we absorb someone else's suffering as if it were our own. I feel so bad for them, we tell ourselves. And then, out of misplaced guilt, we dampen our own joy in response to someone else's pain. But this helps no one. Think back to a difficult chapter in your own life, perhaps the death of a loved one or the painful end to a long-term relationship. Did knowing that others felt sorry for you lessen your grief? Did their distress speed your healing? While their concern may have been comforting, they could not grieve on your behalf. When we attempt to carry another person's pain for them, we don't lessen their suffering. We multiply it, like a repeater amplifying a signal across a network. When our brain perceives a threat, the nervous system responds automatically with a cascade of chemical reactions. This fight or flight response is beyond conscious control. In that state, fear dominates. Because fear makes us feel powerless, we often disguise it as something else. Anger, resentment, and even hatred. A friend once confided that they had never known such intense hatred. Yet hatred is often fear wearing the mask of anger, an emotion that our culture finds more socially acceptable to express. Chronic fear, anger, and hatred are toxic to our body. They impair digestion, weaken immune defenses, and disrupt cellular repair. Over time, they increase vulnerability to conditions such as heart disease, metabolic disorders, neurological issues, and even cancer. They also compromise our ability to think clearly, to solve problems and make wise decisions. Carrying the suffering of others not only fails to help them, it deepens our own pain unnecessarily. So here are a few things to reflect on. What emotions are you experiencing right now? Are these emotions truly aligned with your current circumstances? Are you in immediate danger? Or might you feel safer? Might you be safer than your emotions suggest? Take time to name what you are grateful for. Our minds naturally fixate on what's missing. And that's part of our survival wiring. Yet no matter what feels lacking, there is always something in your life worthy of gratitude. If you have a roof over your head, clean clothes on your back, and you know where your next meal is coming from, your life holds abundance that is not available to everyone. Remember too that emotions are contagious. I've written about this before. The thoughts we think and the emotions that we feel ripple outward, affecting those around us. When you notice fear, anger, or hatred arising, redirect your attention to something that evokes joy or peace. If you find yourself spiraling into despair, like my friend Keith, reach out to a qualified healthcare professional for support. Finally, we can cultivate resilience through daily practices such as intentional breathing, tapping, and other stress reduction techniques. I have lots of videos on this channel, on my YouTube channel. As I explain in my book, resilience acts as an insulation against the chaos around us, helping us feel less vulnerable to chronic worry and fear-based messaging. You are also warmly invited to join my Intend for Peace gatherings. These brief sessions offer space to amplify and radiate peace, something that is in short supply these days. People who come often report feeling more grounded, centered, and restored afterward. If you'd like to know more about my Peace Intention sessions, you can visit my website, carolynpitts.com/peaceintentions. I'll leave a link in the comments below. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that as you move through your day-to-day, you can spend some time thinking about the emotions that you're feeling and whether you are unintentionally carrying for someone else. It's okay to be joyful. It's okay to feel peaceful, regardless of what's going on around us. We can care without carrying. Intend peace, intend love, intend well.